So I've been playing this game for only really for a week. I played it some back in the day. I know we're a little late on release of Forza Horizon 4, but today is all about Forza Horizon 4. So first initial impressions, not as good as Forza Horizon 2 and 3. They're like backwards ranked drifting wise. So I would say 4 is like the worst, then 3, then 2. But 4 is still super fun. And the one thing I will say is the tracks are super creative. So we're on the, what is it, Fortune Island, I believe? The expansion pack. And I just found this like mountain drift track. And it's super good for learning a lot of different techniques. I want to show you guys one thing quick though. So this is super sick. Let me get this car out here. Okay, you guys, check this out. So I just, for fun, I searched Haugen and HR and 351JZ, a couple different things on here for liveries for like the Z and R34s and things. And one of you guys freaking made the Z so perfect. So shout out to you. I honestly, I cannot remember your gamer tag. I'm really sorry, but you nailed the Z. Funny thing is, when I got back into playing this game just like a couple days ago, the Z was the car I had built for like my main drift car. It's good. Like I have RB26 in it. I'm running like 245s up front, 265s in the rear. And same as like, we always talk about this in these video game reviews, guys, but like I try to tune these cars just like I would in real life. So we've gotten some comments on some of the other videos like, hey, you know, loosen that car up. It looks like you're having trouble maintaining angle. I want to get the most realism I can. So like, check us out. So we're in 4th gear ripping down here. If I get off throttle, it straightens out. That's how a pro car is. That's how a pro car should be, because that means you're like basically overcoming just enough grip to drift. So I tune them differently. You know, some of you guys, this is a harder way to drive the car. So I wouldn't start out this way initially, but I'd try to get there. If you're looking for realism and you're looking to play these games to learn how to drift in real life, I would grip that thing up and I would learn how to drive with that grip. It's gonna be a challenge, but it's more rewarding. So if you really wanna dive in, you could run it like a dog box, just only use 4 gears and change your rear end depending on the track you're on. That's a little extreme, but again, like if this is all you have access to drifting, or it's winter time and you can't be drifting and you're looking to practice, make this shit realistic. This game, I think, handbrake wise, shifting wise, clutch kicking, all that is really on point. I really like it. Obviously with this car, we're struggling a little bit, right? I'm gonna show you guys why right now. So we're gonna go back to the car that we started with, which is our boy Matt Field's car. We made it our colors. Sorry Matt, you probably won't watch this video, but if you do, I don't know what to tell you, fam. Check us out. So now we're in one of like the Hoonigan car pack cars. I mean, it's a drastic difference. I hope you guys can see. Now the reason is, I have these cars tuned very similarly. If I remember correctly, comment below if I'm wrong on this, guys, but I believe they put angle kits on these cars, and there's not an option to put angle kits on other cars. For better or worse, for drifting in this game and really making it realistic, you're kind of stuck using the cars that they supply in the Hoonigan pack, which, good thing is there's some options in there and you can have fun still customizing them to some extent. But I would really recommend using one of those cars, because even like, I mean, this is so much more realistic and the physics have changed a little bit too. I guess I can't say if the physics have changed or if just the angle kit is that drastically different, but we're really, I mean, this is looking much more smoother and realistic to a drift car. They start you out with -2 camber in the rear, as well as no toe front or rear. I'm finding that in Horizon 4 specifically, toe kind of screws you. It should help you, but I went to toe in the rear, toe out in the front, like we would on a regular car, like Matt's car is set up as well, and it didn't act correctly. So I went back to 0 toe, but going to 0 camber made a significant difference. Like upshifts feel so good, everything feels so good. So like realism wise, so like if you guys watch our last one, one of our last ones which was Car X Drift Racing, I complained about the handbrake a lot. This game's handbrake is much more on point. Like if I handbrake there, I'm able to get back on throttle. Like there was a handbrake. It doesn't do that weird float afterwards like you're still on handbrake. So I'm really happy with that. Guys, the more I play this game, I really like it for realism wise. And especially you know, figure out how to drift these tracks really well. Focus on, you know, rubbing that back bumper on rear clipping points. Focus on your Manjis, all that stuff. This is all applicable to real life. And then you get into tandem and start focusing on, you know, the whole thing with going back and forth and dipping back, letting that other guy transfer. You can do all that stuff. Overall on this one, man, it's tough. There's something off about it. Like I said, Horizon 2 is the one where I spent the most time when I was beginning drifting, and I felt like I really genuinely learned so many real life techniques first on the game and then brought them to real life and was able to do them much faster than if I hadn't played the game. There's just something missing in this one. It's a little bit more arcadey. So yeah, I mean, overall, this game's pretty damn good. You can learn a lot. One of the things I'd really think about doing before you get into tandeming, put these cars on manual with clutch, guys, for every racing game. Honestly, if you want realism, you want to practice like real life, make it like real life. I did try simulation steering, by the way. It sucks without a steering wheel. I mean, that's probably an obvious, but I just wanted to see. Some games it might be different. Not with this. It becomes like undrivable. But like going through here, like the things I'm kind of working on are timing, and that's something that's going to transfer to real life. So like I'm in third gear, now I'm getting into fourth. Timing that, you know, that shift, making sure I'm like on throttle when I'm clutched in, things like that. Those are great things to start ingraining in your brain. So if I want to handbrake here, in real life, I want to keep that throttle up. Those are the kind of things you want to think about and can practice on real life that are really good. Yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it. That's going to do it. If you guys like cars, off-roading, drifting, any of that stuff, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in a couple days. Peace.